Thank you. And I hope, Superintendent, we take those last two sentences of yours and underline them and make them one of the highlights of our session tonight. Really important point. I want to ask you about the debt crisis that is already taking place now in emerging markets. It's principally a sovereign debt crisis
Yeah.
in a number of developing countries in Africa, Latin America, parts of Asia as well. You know the story. COVID borrowing coupled with
Hmm.
the unwinding of quantitative easing, and now a spike in oil prices, another oil shock.
Yeah.
I'm sure you thought about this, but any worry about spillover effects into Canada narrowly, North America more broadly? You know, what are your thoughts?
Um, a number of thoughts. Uh, One, you should always be worried about spillover effects of debt crises anywhere in the world, significant debt crisis anywhere in the world, particularly now because capital markets are so integrated. Our uh, pension funds, our mutual funds, our exchange traded funds, some of them, not all of them, some of them do have positions in emerging markets, significant ones, and
Yeah.
Canadian, or those funds could suffer losses, which would then flow through to Canadians. Secondly, there is the confidence channel. If something's going wrong in one country and it goes to another, it could hit Canada. Um, that that particular risk is lower today than it was 15 years ago because of all the capital buffers we've built up in Canada. Um, in our financial institutions, I'd say we've added about 2.5 to 3 times the capital we had in 2007 to our system.
Mm.
And it's important to note globally, the institutions, financial institutions and banks have added the same degree, in fact, more because they weren't as well capitalized as Canadian banks in 2007. So why is that important? Well, let's say Canada doesn't have very high exposure to a particular emerging market that's having trouble, but one of the banks that Canada trades with does have pretty sizable exposure. Well, 2 degrees of separation, and all of a sudden the Canadian bank can have a problem. Well, the key thing to remember is that there are buffers in the system globally that weren't there before. And that's why the international forums we participate in are so important, because they've been a mechanism for sound Canadian banking principles to become contagious and spread to other countries. Um, uh, that's my answer.
That's good contagion as opposed to bad
Yeah,
contagion.
yeah, exactly.
Thank you.